Hello, and welcome to the Ideal Forever Partner Magnet Podcast, the show where we explore the infinite benefits of creating the relationship of a lifetime, attracting our ideal forever partner like a magnet, and living our best life as the highest and best version of ourselves. I'm your host, Arell Holloway. I'm the results coach, fitness expert, former real estate investor, and founder of UTAIY, Unveiling the Angel in You, and the World Impact Compound Movement. This podcast is for overachievers and romantics that never learned the art of love relationships. That was me. Anyone wanting to improve their relationships and receiving and having, as well as giving unconditional love. And the biggest impact I can make in someone's life is to teach them how to manifest their ideal forever partner. So with this podcast, I'm dedicating to help souls around the world wake up to who you really are and what you really want in life, helping you on your path of learning about unconditional love by creating significant epic relationships that generate happy memories.
Arell's golden eye.
Where there is a will, there is a way. Today's topic is divorce or big breakup, the end, and why this could be your last time getting hurt at a failed relationship. If you want to learn how to have an ideal relationship and are ready to stop blaming the other person, then there's great hope that your next relationship will be more ideal than you ever thought possible. You see, we each write our own story according to what we currently believe our goals and dreams are. I may sound like I'm stating the obvious, but getting clear on what those goals and dreams are is vital to living your best life. Where all this originated is when we were young, and it was our parents' job to write our program. When we developed our own free will, then it was time for us to learn to write our own program with our parents' guidance. Unfortunately, parents didn't get this memo in the baby to adult manual. Many parents continued to make decisions for their child, even when the child started resisting, revolting, rebelling, or even refusing. This creates a tug of war between two wills. The few parents that focused on training their children to be the self-sustaining functional adults when their child grew up was far and in between. If you're one of those children, then you're likely not reading this message. I was one of the kids that was dominated and controlled by my parents. Don't get me wrong. This sucked, but I'm not making my parents bad or wrong because they did the best that they could with the information that they had. Ultimately, in adulthood, I had to find an actual adult that could mentor me to become an adult. This is much harder retraining and reprogramming myself as an adult than it would have been as a child. But hitting a rock bottom where my anger and rage nearly took the life of another human being sobered me up to the choices of my life ending or me changing my life to where it actually works. Why am I telling you all this? I'm not telling you this to get you to feel sorry for me. I'm sharing all of this because you've gone through a traumatic experience with a divorce or a big breakup that has left you hurt and likely angry and much more. I don't know if this experience is the one that will propel you to look at your life to realize that it is simply not working in order for you to create the things you want. If your answer is pointing the finger at the other person and it's all their fault, then you still have a long way to go. And that might piss you off. But you know what? The truth will set you free. But sometimes it will piss you off first. But I have some good news. The universe, God, higher power, whatever your belief system, gives us warning signs that our life is not moving into the direction aligned with our goals and dreams and with our soul. The first sign is a feather on our cheek that will tickle you gently, requesting your attention. Most of us ignore that. The second warning sign is more like a brief moving of the earth, like a trip or fender bender, notifying you that this is your second escalated warning. Your third warning comes in the form of a 2x4 against your forehead, letting you know that you're dangerously close to the edge of a cliff. You decide where you are. If you think this is your feather, then you can wait for the moving of the earth or this 2x4 like I did. But if you're tired of feeling like this and don't need for the earth to move or get a board against your forehead, then you may be ready to hear the truth. Warning, tread carefully beyond this point. Why? Because truth is always simple, but sometimes it will piss you off first. Let me start with a hypothetical question. What if life isn't just happening to you and you have much more to do with how your life unfolds. This is a risky question because some people are trained that we have no control over our world. Well, this may be so, but how much influence do we have? That does not require control. You see, the universe controls everything, but what motivates the universe? Does the universe have an agenda? Absolutely, yes. The universe does have a main agenda, but it's not what you think. Not at all. It's not a selfish agenda. Here's the secret to the universe: the universe loves each of us souls so much that it wants us to have everything that we want. That's some agenda. That's whether it's creative or destructive. Imagine God loving you so much that it wants you to have whatever you want, even if it's destructive to you. It sheds a tear seeing you hurt, but because it respects your free will, it honors your wishes and allows you to learn from that experience, even if it's painful for you. Planet Earth alone has 8 billion souls in the form of human beings alone that the universe is serving every moment of every day. So, can you see how important it is to be specific in what we ask for? It's also imperative how we ask. For example, the universe doesn't hear or understand don't or do in front of what we want. By that, I mean that the universe only hears the energy we project at it. For example, if you're in a rush in the morning to get to work, and keep wishing for no red lights, no red lights. All the universe hears is red lights, and it does its best to give you what you are projecting, red lights. If you instead of taking a deep breath and accept that you will arrive as speedily as possible while seeing all green lights, then the universe will do its best to give you green lights. Mind you, most of the people driving in the same direction are asking for something as well. The strongest wills prevail. So if the universe measures each person's will and desire level that wants red lights and compares that to all the wills that desire the levels that want green lights, the higher number wins. Many people ask, why does God allow bad things to happen? God doesn't allow bad things to happen. He granted each of us free will. Some people are creating and others are destroying. Some people are creative and some people are destructive. The destructive person also has free will. Why doesn't God take the destructive person's free will if they will do harm? God doesn't interfere with man's free will. If he did, he would be controlling every aspect of our world. His job is big enough without micromanaging us. We have responsibility ourselves on our behavior. It all comes down to judgment. Think of the US Constitution and free speech. If everyone is granted free will or free speech, then it doesn't work to stop someone when we don't like what they say. God is giving us the freedom to govern ourselves, and we are completely capable of doing so without control. Control is destructive. Always. Taking charge is a whole other matter. So I got a bit off course here. All this to say and help understand that if we believe that the world is happening to us, then we're simply a victim of circumstances. If we can come to believing the truth that in our life every day, we are the writer of our life story and we write our own story every moment of our life. We are the casting director and we interview and hire characters that will tell the story we are writing. We are the producer of the whole show, making the whole show happen. We are the director that assures that each character or actor plays their role to our satisfaction, or we may have to replace them with another actor that will. We are the costume designer, although some of us put some more emphasis on the role of that than others. We are also the sound designer and play and monitor appropriate sounds and music in our story. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? If you're not convinced yet, you want to wrap your head around all this, what if you just consider for a moment that this is so? What if it is? What would this mean to your life? Would this mean that everything that is happening is due to the story you could be writing? Have you discounted that this is possible because you're just not sure how you could be writing this story? If you're not getting what you want and writing the story, then the thing to determine is, why are you writing your story in this way? That's all. If you don't get clarity on that, then this will take you off course until you do. It's that simple. Imagine driving from Atlanta to San Diego, 100 miles out. You realize that one of your tires is pulling your car to the right and has already taken you out of your way, now taking even longer to get to San Diego. Question: do you just keep letting your car drag you further right, taking longer and longer to get to San Diego? Remember, enough dragging to the right eventually makes a big circle, which is exactly what you will be doing. Instead, why not pull over, figure out the problem with the wheel, and get it repaired, and then head back on the road for your shortest path to San Diego? Big circle versus fastest path to your destination. You decide. It's really that simple. But please don't complain about your decision somewhere down the circle, because this is the story you're writing. Here's a tip though. If you do choose the circle, other victims are great with complainers because they do this too. Not being ugly, just want to piss you off a little to not go back into that cave. I want the best for you and for you to reach all of your goals and dreams. Here comes the promo. If you're ready to start creating your goals and dreams now, then everyone else, just keep this message until you are ready. I will be here for you whenever you need me to be, as long as I breathe. Usually at this time, I would go into the affirmations and declarations meditation. And by the way, if you message me and you'd like to have a conversation about your life and the direction it's going and how to get it on the path, the simplest way, just leave a message or a comment. You can also direct message me. The meditation has its own time slot now, every Sunday at 7 p.m. I recently launched the 2024 Inner Peace Challenge as well, where you can learn how to create inner peace for yourself that will automatically share it out into the world, touching others. Consider rewarding yourself and accepting this challenge to add this integral part of leveling up to the highest and best version of you. It's free and will improve your life immensely. Take this epic journey with me at WICM.love. Thanks for sharing a part of your morning with me. I'm grateful that you did, and I hope that you are more self-aware and involved since we started 30 or so minutes ago. If you can shift in this short of a time, imagine what you can accomplish in a whole day, 1 month, or 1 year. In our affirmations and declarations meditation portion on Sundays, we used breathing techniques that enabled us to move through the realms of past, future, and back into the present. Within the breathing techniques, you also were able to affect your blood flow and blood pressure as well as your heartbeat at your own will. If you can affect your body's organ functions at your will, imagine what else you can accomplish or you're capable of with specific training. We are infinite beings with infinite possibilities. And that's the truth. Have a beautiful day and recall this experience throughout your day. And remember that you can influence your body and your mind's functions and change how you feel. You also learned to move through past, future, and present realms at will. You can also influence and change how you feel at any given time or moment. That's a lot of power. There are a lot of abilities that don't even scratch the surface of our human abilities. All it takes is taking charge of your abilities and emotions. Finally, our weekly Ideal Forever Partner Magnet newsletter is out and unveils secrets, tips, and hacks on attracting your ideal forever partner like a magnet. Get this weekly wealth of information in one place at the ideal forever, at the ifpmagnet.com. Chat soon.
Are you ready to be the ideal forever partner that will attract your high-level IFP like a magnet? Find out how ready you are if your IFP is standing in front of you right now. Take the IFP Magnet Scorecard quiz now and answer this quick 2-minute quiz, and we'll send you a personalized report, plus a complimentary PDF on how ready you are if your IFP is standing in front of you right now. Go to www.score.arell.vision. Score.arell.vision.
If you've enjoyed today's episode, please rate, review, and subscribe to the Ideal Forever Partner Magnet podcast. Your support helps us reach more souls in search of their unconditional true love. Check us out everywhere podcasts. Remember, you have the power to create heaven on earth through unconditional love. This is your life, no one else's. Grasp the courage to strive for the highest and best version of you